Let's make sure we've got all... Oh, just give me a second, and there we go. So let's get down to the major road intersection. Why is it being a pain? Alright. Just had to fix up my stream on my end so I could make sure I can keep in contact with anybody watching. So you approach Kingsport from the road. You can clearly see there is some sort of settlement here. Plenty of defense. You can't actually get up there because of all the rocks now. It's not, I mean, the player can, but NPCs won't be able to. They just can't pass that. Alright, so let's walk. Painfully slow. This is what happened to a chameleon deathclaw that attacked, a couple hours ago. Oh, this is an alpha. The chameleon must be somewhere else. It was an alpha and a chameleon deathclaw attacked, and they didn't even get up the hill. They had a bad time.
What makes you think that was milk?
Alright, so that's a plot. That's a single house plot. That's a multi-house plot, and that's a defense plot from Sim Settlements 2. That comes in the base game. You do need to download Ruined Homes and Garden. No. Wasteland Ventures to get that one. Along here you've got what begins as just a little car. I think it's this car here is what's here by default. I then moved everything else. Come around. Some sentry guns. More junk wall. Kind of following the curve of the road. We come up to the truck, which can be exploded, as I found out in a stream a couple of days ago.
Doug, damn it, I knew they crossed the wires to his place.
And now you've got the gate. I would have liked to have removed this tree, or moved it, along with this tree, just to the side here, over here somewhere, just to make it look less cluttered. As we move into the settlement, you've got this little fenced off area here, and effectively a kill box right here. So you come in through the gate, you've got sentry guns there, sentry guns to the distance over there, a defense plot with more sentry guns right here, and your only avenue is to loop back around, which then means the other sentry guns behind you, which would now be behind you from the ridge, are now shooting you as well. Bad zone to be standing if you're a bad person. This tree in the base settlement, in the base offering of the game, there's actually a lot of animation markers tied up with just leaning against this tree. So I don't like to put a wall against it. I kind of wanted to turn it into a focal point, hence all the lights hanging from it, and it given prime position right here. Right, so the junk wall's got a lot of junk along it to kind of give the impression that it's, well, to get through it, it's just going to be a pain in the ass. Right, in here we've got a little graveyard. I wanted to put Brahmin in here, but the spawners don't work beyond the settlement boundary, which is just here. So if I quickly go into build mode, you'll see what I'm talking about. Which means you can't put creature spawners out there. It just won't work. Alright. So I figured a nice little graveyard would be the way to go. The wall goes all the way up to the cliff edge, and right on the edge of the cliff you've got another I suppose, tower with sentry guns. Let's see what happens when we walk over here. So you got the beach advance, and then it comes up to a wall. You can walk around it, but it's still a wall. Hey chef, thanks for joining. Don't know what you're seeing, but we're in the little graveyard at the moment. The little cemetery that I made for the settlers. I wanted to put Brahmin here, but you can't put creature spawners outside of the build area. So, graveyard it became. This is a caravan spot. You would have seen it when it was just a pile of rubbish the last time I showed you. We've got the library's fully upgraded and a little bit of a Minuteman. I know I'm normally a raider, but this settlement seemed more and more that it'd be Minutemen, which is strange considering there's a pirate ship up there. Well, what can you do? It just seemed like a good spot for a Minuteman statue. Let's walk back this way. Got a big water purifier and water supply. A little dog kennel and a little garden. And we've got one of the vehicles for the settlers.
You showed up just in the nick of time.
It's a really nice recreational spot. Here's the other side of that building. I like how it sits here because it kind of makes it look like there's a watchtower on the corner. And you've got a little relaxation area. Nice, a weight bench that's just working itself. Neat thing about workbenches, the workout bench, the pommel horse, what they call the vending machines, they all act like bars, and if you build them, people will come and relax around here and use these seats and have a good time. I got to stay away from that car because it played music. Let's go along the wall on this side. So the idea is that you can still shoot over the wall. And as we go around here, we've got the same kind of thing, where you can walk up onto the wall and then fire down on anything trying to approach right along this outside here. This is a weapons merchant. A nice little house here. Another little house and some recreational areas. The approach from the children of Adam over in that crater. And the rest of the wall. Another house for people to relax in, or live in really. I think I need to change it. I didn't consider there to be a door there. That's bad planning. Oh well, that's the plan. Just have to reorientate the actual building plan to face the other way. Easy enough for the player to do. They just go into build mode, pick up the plot. Lo and behold, there you go, fixed. No issue, but that's funny. That's really, really funny. Yeah. So I'll leave notes that the player should fix that up and orientate it that way. Okay. We've got two nice farms here and the final bit of singular house up here. What we missed is all along here we've just got a massive collection of junk that's just grown over the levels. Just a random assortment of stuff. As we move over to chemistry stations. And we move inside the open bunk, which is what I called this house.
This marks my stash.
Yes.
Comes with a general store. Please move out of my way. Wow, he's determined to stand in my way, isn't he? Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for your help.
General merchant, doctor, and a working kitchen, and all your bobblehead needs. I remember how before I had sliding doors. I just removed them completely. They were causing very unique issues to occur, where the settlers would all of a sudden try to get through the door and teleport to the roof. This is the second floor. We've got 2 bunk beds, a little bit of a lounge, and a little utility room with a generator in here. We've got a functional bathroom. Got to keep your settlers nice and clean and happy. And that's pretty much upstairs. Pretty open plan. That's why it's called the open bunkhouse. Let's
Thanks
go
for your
check
help,
out the
friend.
tower. Right. So down the bottom here you've got the crafting station and some displays. Armor workbench, weapon workbench, and obviously the workshop. Some storage. Let's go upstairs. Next floor will be the kitchen. We've got a fridge, planters, automated. We've got a place we can sit. Got your cook station, and all the amenities you'd ever want. Cooler. Upstairs we go. More pictures, forefathers, and we're now in the library. And I suppose remembrance area. We've got items in this display case to remind us of Sean. We've got the law diploma to remind us either of who we are as the female protagonist, or to remind us of our husband. And then we've got some choice trophies. Kellogg, I turned him into Captain Kellogg with Ironside. We've got the Mechanist Slayer's outfit, and we've got the Nuka Girl, Nuka World outfit. We've got more trophy area where we can put more items. We've got room for, well, that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 120 magazines. All wall mounted, all happily sitting. Let's go up to the next level. Next level should be the bathroom, and as we start to get a little bit higher, more technology appears on the walls. So we've got washer, dryer, another display here, a little bit of a planter, your bath, your toilet, your shower, your sink. Kind of gets the job done. And as we see another workbench. As we go higher, we've got more. And we're finally at the top, the room, bedroom, place for you to sleep. Your bed, no one gets to touch it, just nice and relaxed. Oh, pardon me. Nice security door here. It opens up and out, and now we're up on the top. We've got a crane which leads back down to the beach, which we'll visit in a second. We've got the gantry over to the ship, but let's quickly check over here. We've got a nice king seat, a nice throne to sit at, while we drink our beer and look out over the Commonwealth. Up here is where most of the power for the settlement comes. The Lighthouse had an interesting quirk to it. Turns out that you can turn it into a nuclear reactor. It's a very light nuclear reactor, but it's a nuclear reactor nonetheless. This is probably bad for my health. I should probably get out of that. But the lighthouse generates power now. Pretty neat. Unfortunately, the ship does not have an internal area. It's only an external asset, and I couldn't get rid of this bit of bar. But you just quickly leg it over, and you've now got what I've called the Carvolk 1, because I am vain as hell. So we've got two back-to-back power armor display units with a chromed XO1 and a chromed T60 with jetpacks, the whole shebang. You'd have more displays here so you can put more weapons, a teleporter pad, your first mate who keeps an eye on things, and then armor racks as kind of crew throughout the ship. The sides are armored so you can hide behind them and shoot down the sides. The floor has been repaired after numerous battles, and it has its own scars. When you fast travel to this location, you will appear right behind the wheel, as if you flew here on your ship. Let's check out the back. So it is the US Constitution. It's just been scaled down and repurposed for the needs of the player to act as, I suppose, additional showroom for their items and kind of give a really neat area to arrive in. Let's go back down the tower. Hopefully not missing anything as we go. Bedroom, down to bathroom, down to study, down to kitchen, down to crafting. Most of the settlement budget is inside this tower. I would say more than half is the tower and the ship itself, and they're mostly built from the get-go. It's just little final touches that get added to the tower and to the ship as the settlement levels up, because the idea is that this was originally just a player home. Like, this door was locked, you didn't care about anybody out there. You didn't give two flies about anybody outside. So things that get added. We've got a nice little crafting area there for the settlers. Some storage of vending machines, and we've actually got the settlement planner's desk all the way over here, overlooking the dock, where all the scrap comes. All scrap collection for the settlement comes from down here. We've got general building, rare machinery, and I think it's called organic is the last one. So all 5 types of scrap come from down here. Let's go check it out. So we head back around and past the library. Ah yes, that leads to the roof, because sometimes settlers
Thanks for your
end
help
up there.
fighting them off.
Which baffles me, but there's only so much you can do. On this side, we've got lights going to the flags either side of the library. Some extra anchors, because why not? Might need them. Down here we've got the armor on. I figured it'd
You
want to
showed
be
up
near
just
the
in the nick of time.
near the power armor station. So we've got a working armory shop here for all your armor needs. Go down this makeshift stairs, and then you've got a storage facility from the get-go for 4 suits of power armor. I've put in XO1, Raider, Nuka World, and Tesla'd T60.
Hey, you don't get to feel up the goods without buying.
More storage, and that acts as a machinery for scrap collection. Oh no, I did not. So, in the player home, the decontamination arch that I walked through at the end, the NPCs do not walk into it, which means the tower should remain NPC free at all times. so no one will enter it except you. Sometimes when you rest up at the top, your follower will then fast travel somewhere inside the tower, but in 90% of the testing that I've done so far in building, only twice have I ever seen a settler in there, and that's after not fast traveling but resting into the relaxation period, and they're using my kitchen. That's it. So that's pretty neat. They won't just walk in there, which means they can't grab your stuff, they can't steal stuff, they can't get in there, which is nice.
The farm's
This
not
is
much,
a rare
but it's something.
scrap collector, and it just sits neatly here. And out onto the ship I have, and thank you for reminding me, Shep. So we've got a little sailboat here to go out fishing, and I did something interesting here. You'll notice that this ship, there's something different about this than when you're normally here. It took a lot of messing to get this to look right. If you can spot it, that'd be great. If you can't, that's even better. The idea is you're not supposed to. Tidied up the inside, gave it all the things it needed to work, and it's just a fishing boat, ready to roll. Some lights along the dock so you can see where you're going. We'll swing around the other side onto another pier that I created. Sorry about that. So this is general scrap, and it's a plot by Uet. And this is building materials done by Ono. This whole dock here is made by me. It's shrank down so it can fit nicely, and it's fully pathable. Pretty much everywhere except the main lighthouse is pathable, and that's on purpose. Over here we've got a wall that's sort of sinking into the ocean with some more virtual storage. As you can see on the right hand side, I build in survival mode effectively, so when I'm building a settlement I try to have it as close to balanced as I can, but there's only so much you can do. Plenty of storage up here, and we've got the other place for housing called Dockside. Sometimes I read that as Dockside because that C looks like an R, but it's Dockside. And inside here we've just got a couple of plots by Ono, and technically the
Thanks for your
settlement
help, friend.
person in charge, and the organic industrial plot, which is technically a bathroom because the only other bathroom is all the way over in the house, and that's a bit far for these fellas to walk. And there you have it. There's my there's the settlement. Finally finished at level 3, released and on the Nexus. If you wish to try and use it, go for it. If you like it, like it. If you don't, that's cool too. Feedback will always help me get better. Plenty of stuff to do, but I'm happy with how it turned out. Really happy with the whole idea. Just came from, let's build a flying ship. Where should it go? Let's stick it on the side of a lighthouse, and it just sits really well. Sorry if my screen's slightly
Thanks for
stuttering.
your help fighting them off.
I think it's because I've got a couple other things running. Let me just get that sorted out. I should have picked up on that sooner. There we go. Another settlement up and running. I wonder what next month we'll have.
Need a pick-me-up? Need a pick-me-up? Visit Chemicare and get a prescription today. A balanced life.
Yeah, I wonder what I'd do next.
Would you like some Danny K?
Can't believe that was
I sure
20,
thought so.
26 minutes, effectively just slowly walking around a settlement. I didn't realize I'd made it so big. Look, you look at some of the other settlements, and that have been released for this location, and they just look bigger. But I think it's because I've gone beyond the border. Like, this is all beyond the border. But I only went beyond the border just a smidge, not a ton. And everything out there is just effectively set dressing. So what do you think, Chef? What do you think of who else is watching? Of anybody else watching? Let us know.
You know what's funny? A pal was offered a place in the city yesterday. He came in and said,
I should have not stood near that. That was a mistake. It's one of the only plots where I can't get at the radio. Okay. Jesus Christ, can you louder? Shut up. Yeah, I'm gonna grab that mod you linked to me, Chef, so the radios just no longer work. I feel like that's gonna get me in trouble. But alright. Just a quick little one just to walk through the settlement. I am going to put a link to it on my mod page for the mod itself as a walkthrough. Jesus Christ, you can sort of just hear radio every once in a while. Okay.
You showed up just in the nick of time.
Put that back in there. Okay. Oh, geez, just realized it's like 1 in the morning. You guys all have a great night. I've got to get to bed before I can hit work tomorrow, and this video will be uploaded to the Nexus. Thanks for checking it out and walking through it with me together. Bye.